Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Build a City project. And today we're actually introduced to a new family. This is the Beaufort family. And introducing the Sims here. So we have Edgar, Henrietta, I almost forgot her name, Victoria, and Adeline the horse. Now, I actually forgot to go over Adeline's traits in the footage here, so I can't actually remember what her traits are. So you'll just have to keep an eye out for that in the gameplay if you're interested to know what her traits are, because I just completely forgot to go over her traits. So the purpose of the Beaufort family is to pretty much pump wealth into the Majestic Valley economy. And this is to kind of, I guess, get initiatives funded and infrastructure funded. And I kind of imagine these Sims as being sent to the settlement to kind of oversee infrastructure and development and ensure, that the settlement is functioning and operating well. So, I mean, you could kind of imagine them as being, some sort of political figures, but they don't really have any sort of official status at the moment. And how I kind of have these Sims establish their wealth is through collecting and selling gems and stones and all that really good stuff that can earn Sims a lot of money. They won't be selling items to other Sims in the settlement. They'll be selling them to an outside economy by means of selling from their inventory. So it's a good way to pump some money into the economy there and kind of distribute wealth through their taxes and the purchases that they will be making from other Sims. So I just got their plot set up. So they have a big tent and they have the usual fire pit and some chairs and a salt lick for Adeline. And they are now heading to the community, like the communal meeting ground, to purchase some food because you can see they're very hungry. So just making their way now, and Edgar was the first one there. But the shifts of the other Sims haven't started, and I don't actually think I've explained the market yet. And also the updated park. So you can see here I added a couple of objects, or a few objects. So I've got the two market stalls there, and this is where the Huntington family and the Grovehurst family are going to sell their produce, and you can see them showing up for work now. I won't really call it work, but I guess it is. They don't really, I don't know, whatever. It's a market stall. And it's just where, Sims can buy the produce that they sell. So I guess it is work. And I was just doing some admin there, making sure that the prices were all okay. So they sell their produce at, I think, 2 times its original value. So I think there's about a 100% profit on it. And both Edgar and Victoria are going to buy some stuff now. And the park's also had a little bit of a makeover. Well, I wouldn't call it a makeover, but a few extra objects have been added. So not only the market stalls, but also the bonfire and the nub set. And I used the tax money from the Grovehurst family and the Huntington family to actually purchase those items. And I did that because I felt, they were expecting new arrivals in town, and they kind of wanted to ensure that the place was somewhat welcoming, and that, at their meeting grounds. There was something for the new residents to do and for the Sims to be able to, you know, mix and mingle together. They can do that over the nub set or the bonfire. A bit later on down the track, though, I do replace the bonfire with just a normal fire pit because Sims can actually eat at the fire pit, so that's a much better use of some sort of, you know, fire-related object, in my opinion. Otherwise, the Sims couldn't really, you know, if they were getting hungry, they couldn't do anything to satisfy that. So,
Fuzzy Nerg. Maharb.
Horksy Blore.
and I kind of have them go all out, really giving the other Sims some money that they will need to start developing their own plots of land, especially considering the Huntington and Grovehurst families have children on the way, and I don't really want to have my Sims have babies that live outside, so I will be building up some shelter for them before the babies arrive. And I think Henrietta is still on her way. Just check. Yeah, she's still riding the horse. She has no horse skill, so it takes forever. And then Victoria and Edgar are going to have a go at the nub set, which I think is pretty cool. I've never really used this object before, and actually watching a few games of it, it's actually quite cool to watch Sims play.
Yabza.
Murky.
Yeah, dub subda. Oh.
Teraboo. Argy blip.
Waffle do.
Zunaba. Boop.
Ha Ritzel.
Karuna.
More.
And Henrietta is very hungry. Now, at this point in the game, I still haven't turned off the ability for Sims to autonomously go home, and she missed the ability to buy food because Fowler and Gwen have finished their shifts. So at this point in the game, I think I had the shifts, the hours for the market stalls being 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. and I changed that a little bit later on down the track to 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. So Edgar's given Henrietta something to eat. And it looks like Victoria is heading over to talk to Gwen. And I use this opportunity to get Edgar to introduce himself to one of his fellow residents.
Sashto.
Cleanso. Gorakni.
Ardu Gleb.
I put those little cut down tree stumps because I imagined that they were cut down to make that bench, so I thought that was a nice little detail.
Simador. Samana. Inachana. Artab. Witsi. Atu. Kawazoo.
Now Henrietta's having a go at the nub set. There might be a hidden skill for this set actually, I wouldn't be surprised if there is, but at the moment they all kind of suck at it. They tend to hit themselves in the head a lot with the baton. And I wasn't actually, like I said, I haven't really played with this set before, so I actually watched it to see what the game was about. And so the Sims have to, with the baton, they have to hit the other bunnies, the wooden bunnies on the opponent's side of the field. And once they've hit all of the bunnies, they have to knock over the little statue that's in the middle of the playing field. Goes Gwen announcing her pregnancy.
Brayish, Mubi Flornu Kriadi.
Durfiba.
So I'm just checking out the bonfire here to see how that works. And then, yeah, this is when I kind of realized, oh, they can't do, like, they can't eat using the bonfire, like, they can't roast a marshmallow or anything, so I started to think about whether I wanted to replace it. And it's getting relatively late, so I'm going to get Edgar and the family to head on home. And they do live quite a way away from the park and the river. So I did give them a pond so that Adeline could drink from that, but they can't actually bathe in it, so they do still have to go down to the river to bathe. And given that it's quite far away for them, I could imagine them wanting to fund some water infrastructure pretty quickly. So one of my first initiatives for this family is to have them fund, whether it's through, you know, their tax collection, or whether they want to donate, if I need extra money, is to fund water initiatives. So giving each household a well. There comes Eka speeding along there. Thank goodness for Speed 3. Yeah, funding water initiative by giving each household a well and the appropriate amenities for being able to have functioning water system. Or I wouldn't call it complex plumbing, so it's not going to be showers. It'll be enough for them to have a bath and maybe a toilet.
Yarble.
Newful? Grow grow.
Gibdo.
Nuko.
And you can see whenever I purchase the tents, the adults always want to woohoo with their significant other in the tent. So, I mean, it's a good excuse to get them to try for a baby as soon as I start playing them. I haven't done it yet with this family, as you would have seen. And they're all heading to bed, and it's the next day, day 17 of the settlement. Everyone's having breakfast.
Little nuggets. Gramble.
Shishuba. Orbu. Basadao.
And today I will send them down to the river to bathe, and then have them explore the world for some gems and you know, all that loot. Just getting Adeline ready because she will be taking someone down to the river. And they've arrived. So Edgar's just had his bath, and then Victoria's about to have hers. So Henrietta will be on Adeline. And then, yeah, now I'm just going on a hunt for some things for them to start selling. So I find some rocks here, or gems. I don't actually know what's what, to be honest. And if you're wondering why, oh, there goes Henrietta. It took her a while to get to the river, but she was finally able to trot in the end. If you're wondering why I kind of have a sim use the go here function and then have them collect, I do have a mod that stops sims from running everywhere, so they will only run somewhere if it's a significant distance away, and I haven't quite figured out what that distance is, so just to be on the safe side, if I want them to run, I'll tell them to run. And there's Victoria. She's going to collect a whole heap of stuff here. Also that massive meteorite you would have seen before. There she is on her way. Space rock. So Henrietta is getting back on Adeline. Given this family's kind of associated with wealth, I did decide to kind of, dress them up as wealthy looking people. You would have noticed in the fire pit I gave them some nicer chairs and I gave them a big tent. Because I could imagine that, given they will be associated with wealth, that they would like to have nice things. Also, both of their lifetime wishes, both of the parents anyway, relate to wealth. I think Edgar's is to have a wealthy spouse die, and then Henrietta's is to, I think it's be worth 100k simoleons. I think that's what the lifetime wish is. But here she is picking up some gems, and Adeline is following her. And I love it when the animal, I did this on purpose, I just got Adeline to follow Henrietta here, but I do love it when the animals autonomously on their own start following people. I think that's quite cute. And it's also handy, I guess, for Henrietta, because, when she's ready to go home, Adeline won't be that far behind her. There she is trotting home. I just thought this was a beautiful shot, so I made it, I captured it in the cinematic camera. And she's finally able to gallop now. Edgar's lighting the fire, getting ready for dinner, and I just sneakily give, I think there was a cashew to Henrietta, getting them all to have some dinner. And I said in the last episode that this is mostly highlights because really they're not doing a whole heap of interesting stuff, or anything that I think is very noteworthy, so the edits kind of just reflect the more interesting things that I think they do in the day, and one of them happens to be eating. I do like when Sims kind of are all gathered together and doing something together and just enjoying themselves together, so the meal times together are really something that I like to capture and just enjoy. It would be nice if they socialized when they were eating at the campfire, or the fire pit, but they can't, so they prefer to eat in silence. Now, in terms of how I'm going to deal with these gems, so I do want there to be some sort of admin associated with it, so I have them kind of get everything cut and smelted. So you can see Henrietta here, she's getting it all smelted and, sending it away to be sold, is how I imagine it to be. And then the next day when it all comes back all refined, that's when I sell it all in the inventory there. And I know space rocks can't be sent away, but I will sell them after they've been analysed. When I sell everything that's come back from being refined.
Waga? Ah, Sabitab. Splazor.
And I was giving, getting Victoria to give her
Storba.
space rocks to Edgar because she can't actually analyse them. He's I think only maybe teens and older can do that, so Edgar's taking care of that for her. So Edgar's sending away all his loot to be sold. We can imagine that. And we're now at day 18.
Wow! Or a bibble.
Just seeing that Adeline's in the red there. I hope I check on her soon. I also see that Henrietta's sick, so she would have gotten sick overnight.
Busha! Yahoo!
Well, Bashto.
Da Bija!
Oh,
Bravo.
So I got Edgar on the horse there, but he got kicked off, so I just need to work on Adeline's motives there. So I'm going to get her a drink, and a little bit of food, and then get Edgar back up on her. And there he goes. So at this point I'm focused on getting Edgar's skill up so that he can, his horse riding skill up so that he can start to gallop. And we've got Victoria out collecting gems. Edgar's found another massive space rock, but I'm also checking out the top of this hill to see if there's anything else. I find quite a few things actually. And here's some footage of Edgar out collecting gems with Adeline in tow. Just keeping an eye on his horse riding skill, anxiously waiting for him to be able to gallop. There's a raccoon in the background. Right now, Henrietta is collecting all of the refinements, and I'm going to sell them all here. Now, I've never really been one for collecting the gems and stuff and having them refined, so it is a bit of a shame because this is the only time I've ever really seen it, and it would be nice to display these, but they need the money, so off they go to be sold.
Kulash, Mik, Prina, Thipsy Gribsa, Riavala,
Hiccup shoe I love. He nubbawa. Boo wobbly booba. Hanizwa.
Pliashni Makfu, Kriabali Kandsturiasta.
Who? Yibo.
Mm-hmm.
Cash. Do bus.
Garble. G-Flock. Yeah. Snoo snoo.
Ike has finally arrived home, but I know he wasn't able to level up his skill, so that's a bit of a shame.
No. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
Oh. Ugh.
Greg Vuizak.
Ew. Ugh.
Ah, you're crazy. I can't make it clean.
Oh,
Oh.
see.
Oh. Mm. Bargum! Jeep!
You're
Oh.
crazy. Lorg, Napush. Chima, woohoo!
So Edgar's going off to sell all of his loot.
Go Ubi Rex.
Labu Bayi Guba.
V Nadu.
Oh, uh-huh.
Jeep Johnny Safasim. Quinzel Nivar. Zorbu. Shagaza. Tawazi.
Dibula. Anikasula Masuji. Iniba Lasu.
Abli. Harfu Harf. Pawabazab. Kadub Pab.
Fubasat. He Stinigu Pasanava.
Blah, Mior.
Oh.
Flarbanu.
Alright, so we're at day 19 and another rainy day in Majestic Valley.
Wrong.
See, the Edgar really wants a bath, but they are so far away that he was kind of failing. So I'll have to get them down to the river soon. So I think I can see there that Henrietta's still sick. Yeah, everyone needs a bath really badly. Yeah, she is still sick.
Bumpcha.
Sometimes when the moodlet, so when they recover overnight, they might still have a few interactions to sneeze and cough, so it's a bit hard to tell when they get up first thing in the morning, because they could be coughing and sneezing, but that could just be, you know, remnants of a virus they just recovered from, or they could actually still be sick.
Kinakasi kure imale kureti. Rakini oragati sit.
Subrao. Dubugaza Bajiba.
Bujani.
Naboshu. Kukla Vasia. Lupalala. Diukala. Luke.
Akinuba. Slogablu. Kiruk. Askana. Krila. Kazundaben, Nif Matumaka, Krigalaki, Nashte Mufan, Shanuki Mashku, Rala Yakatu.
That was
Unistem.
And they finally made it to the river, having a bath. And I can see in the background there that Edgar is now running over, and it looks like Adeline has kicked him off. And so now he has to run. I can see Fowler in the background there running to his stall.
Zelly Wonk.
And everyone's a bit hungry, so I'm having them go to the stall and just get something that they can munch on from their inventories.
Tua Siwa.
Basakilo?
Gazib.
Witsi, Antu.
Uba Reba Nafu. Oh, Josh.
Gee, Jabba.
Katsamuma.
Vernice.
Chiki Marshku. Skork. Aska.
Nark Zipta.
Or boo. Basakilo?
Lord Zasso. Zassa.
Witsi, Antu.
Ooh, Zorka Jorb.
Fatibusa? Finplots Tukalisi.
Oh, ding. Ah.
EK.
Mm. Ha! Zamzo!
Huh? Huh? Oh. Dag, dag. Oh. Oh.
Hiya!
Yeah! Woohoo!
At that point, I was kind of okay with Henrietta going home because she was pretty tired, so
Ooh, evil rush.
yeah, it only made sense to just let her go home on her own.
Clubby.
Mm. Oh!
Ho, ho, ho. Wah. Door.
Oh!
Club.
Oh, Wubney. Huh? Oh.
Creevy?
Oh.
No fruit.
Ooh.
No.
Huh? Oh, nonsense.
No fruit.
Huh?
Labni Pasi Patums.
Oh.
Hargame
Oh,
Dipsadu.
Wubney.
Vartubi Shibi Zamazan.
Tulavumaza.
Pasim Vidor.
Nagargo.
Naga Flamno.
Bazzi.
Hixafuna.
Sigi.
Harzebi.
Gods.
Welcome.
Lavuga.
Ma, Dani.
Mhm.
Zinawu. Ne wapa
Zee,
lavadi.
Sasha Maheen.
Ziguila.
Hi, Vitork. Servosa.
Creevy.
Illuminate.
Oh,
Row.
Lavuga. Oh, who's in it?
Row. Creevy. Jeep, Johnny Safasi. Sharbo.
I need
Dipsame.
turbo.
Pasim. Barwa Hemaji. Darksa? Sara Bemzi.
Right, so I realized, so I tried to send Edgar home, and then I realized that him and Adeline actually had a bad relationship, so Adeline wouldn't let him ride her.
No fruit.
And I think that's because, you know, he was riding her when she was in a really bad mood, and she kicked him off. So I had to kind of repair their relationship a little bit so that he was actually able to ride her home.
Guru. Oh! Hey, ooh! Grab it! Ah.
And finally he's able to gallop, which is amazing.
Oh, you.
Cardoon! Jill!
So Henrietta's gotten up, and I'm going to get her to have some dinner, and then I'm going to let her finish her dinner, and then have her and Edgar woohoo in the tent. But I do need to distract Victoria, because I think it'd be a bit weird if they... I don't actually know if they can woohoo in that big tent when there's someone else in there, but I just thought that was a bit weird. So I wanted her to be distracted, like out of the... away from the tent while that business is going on.
Bramble. Friggle nuggets.
Sunaza.
Friggle nuggets.
Tafazi. Zupa. Zabadi.
Flexnor! Husha!
I can also see that Victoria's sick now. But luckily, I mean, it's the last night, so I don't have to deal with that. Now, Edgar and Henrietta are going to have their woohoo. In this case, it's a try for baby. I imagine this type period there's no contraception, so...
Kusa, Bilu, Kusa.
And in terms of pregnancy spans, I do have pregnancy duration changed to... And there you go, she's pregnant. Changed to 28 some days, so essentially 1 season. Just to kind of ensure there's a significant amount of time between pregnancies and that I don't end up with families that have like 10, 15 children. Because I am playing on a pretty long lifespan, so they got their woohoo out of the way and now everyone's going to go to bed. Right, and that's the end of the Beaufort round. You can see the total tax take there of 1,272 simoleons. Heck is just doing a little bit of admin here, and I'm going to start selling some gems. So 1,272 after Edgar has sold all this stuff here. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode here with the introduction of the Beaufort family. I will let you go, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Take care.